mustard, Lord. Tide. Okay. Oh, this is it. Ooh. Hello. Hey, everyone. It's Kiki. I know if you already have subscribed to me that it's been a little while. I took a little hiatus from YouTube to try to figure out exactly what I wanted to do with it. So I decided that I would just kind of do a rebrand of my channel and kind of refocus it a bit. Originally I was doing natural hair. I started in 2016 following my natural hair journey while I was transitioning, and the goal was to kind of continue through my process, and life got away from me and it made it to where I wasn't able to post as much as I wanted to. So I have told myself that I'm going to start 2021 by being more consistent with YouTube, and it's going to start here. So I've seen a lot of people do the new YouTuber tag, or like kind of 21 questions type of thing. And I figured since this is technically, a new type of channel that I'm doing now, I'm kind of coming at it a little bit more aggressively than I was before. I figured I would just kind of start fresh a little bit and do a 21 questions type of thing. So without further ado, here we go. My name is Kiera. So I go by Kiki, i.e. Kiki, my channel name. Age, I'm 25. And location, I currently live in North Carolina. I live outside of Greensboro. This is kind of a loaded question. So I guess in a nutshell, what I have been up to since the last time that I was like really into YouTube. When I was on YouTube, the last time, I think I had just graduated from undergrad. So I graduated from Western Carolina University in 2017, and then I went to Elon University in 2018 to pursue a master's degree. And so I graduated from that program in 2020 in May. And since then, I am now working full-time in student affairs and higher education. And for those of you who are not familiar with what that means, before someone says, oh, so you want to be a teacher, higher education is a little bit more than just teaching. Higher education involves basically, if you're at a college, all the people who work there, like in student activities, in housing, in admissions, like those people are higher education professionals. And so that is the kind of work that I do. So that's what I've been up to. Favorite YouTubers, I have several. I watch YouTube all the time. So I'd say, as far as hair goes, Mo Knows Hair, The Hearts and Cake 90, Faye in the City, and that's it. As far as animation and television, Pie Guy Rules and the Alpha J Show, and The Mysterious Mr. Enter, and then just kind of, I guess, product review related, Vivian Tries and Graveyard Girl. And Graveyard Girl does other stuff too, like beauty and stuff. What will my channel be about? Okay, cool, great question. So I'm trying to sum this up in a nutshell. Basically, I have lots of different interests, so I tried really hard to think how could I best put these out on YouTube in a concise way. And so what I am wanting to make this channel about is kind of focusing on like good things, the things that make me happy and that maybe, make you all happy, that we can kind of discuss and talk about. I feel like 2020 showed us a lot, and I think it was very easy to think about the negatives. And so a mantra that I kind of lived by last year was, enjoying the little things. And so I've really taken that and ran with it. So what I'm wanting to do is kind of encompass all of my favorite things and put them into a weekly segment I call What's Good Wednesdays. So the goal is to every Wednesday just talk about different things, either I guess the main thing, what you're looking for as far as what types of content would that include. That would include stuff like hair products, I really like thrifting, so thrifting will be a part of that. Do some vlogs, go to thrift stores, talk about different finds that I've discovered, stuff like that. I'll do a favorites once a month, And then sometimes I'll do some different stories or like advice and things that I've learned along the way in life that have helped me be feel more positive and at peace and have the energy that I have. So that's kind of what I'm looking to do. And that might evolve and change over time based off of what, you know, you all say and like how the conversation goes with the videos. So it could very well progress in a different direction. So that's the initial kind of thing. Are you in love? Yes. I read, well, you know, it's so funny because I used to read all the time. And then when I got into college, it kind of fell off. And I haven't really gotten back into it as hard as I used to. But I love reading like paranormal romance. I like sci-fi, like fantasy types of books. There's a series called The Immortals. It's by Alison Noel. I highly recommend it. It's a paranormal romance book, and it's not romance in the like, you know, like typical romance books. Like it's very interesting. Like I love that series. It's I think 5 books. Go find it and get them. I like mythology, so like I'm sure several of you are familiar with Percy Jackson, and those books were really good. I mean, I read them in middle school, but I think they're still great. I loved those. I loved Maximum Ride. That was one of my favorite series when I was in school. But yeah, I like a lot of like fantasy types of things. And I read like more beach read types of books too. Like Sarah Dessen is a great author. She writes a lot of like slice of life, I guess would be the best way to describe those books. So yeah, that's mainly like the kind of thing I would say that I like watching or reading. What am I watching right now? I just finished The Good Place and I am obsessed with it. Like I've rewatched it now twice, and I just started it like 2 weeks ago. So that's a great show. If you've not watched it, I highly recommend it. It's on Netflix. I'm really like reliving my childhood days and getting into the Black sitcoms that are now on, like you can find easier now. You know, earlier last year in 2020, Netflix put out 7 UPN sitcoms like The Parkers, Sister Sister, The Game, Girlfriends, and I got really, you know, it was great to like watch all those and relive my childhood. So I've been doing a lot of that. The Jamie Foxx show just came on BET Plus on Christmas, and that's one of my favorite Black sitcoms of all time. So I've been rewatching that. So that's what I've been doing a lot. And I also forgot to mention, as far as like what my channel will be about, I want to talk a lot about like music and like Black entertainment and sitcoms and like relive nostalgia and just kind of talk about that type of entertainment, because I feel like it's a lot different than it used to be, or it's a lot different now than it was then. Some of these are like kind of, you know, who cares? But my bed is a queen size bed. How many piercings / tattoos do you have, and do you want any more? I have, I never know if people count each lobe as a separate piercing. So I'm not, because I had that happen at the same time. So I would say 3 piercings. I have my lobes, I have a cartilage piercing, I have a nose piercing, and I have 4 tattoos. And yes, I want more. I want more tattoos. My goal this year is to get like, I have 2 planned, like 2 that I know I want, but I definitely want more. It's very true what they say, like once you get your first tattoo, you want more. It's very true. I love tattoos. They're amazing. My style is, I guess, eclectic a little bit. Like I can wear, like I'm wearing a sweatshirt now, which it's a Nike sweatshirt. I got it at Nike Georgetown in DC, and I really love it. I would say I can be athletic looking. Like I was an athlete in high school, so I ran track, and so a good sizable portion of my closet is Nike. I'm a Nike fanatic, by the way. So yeah, I definitely am very much a athletic kind of a person, but at the same time, like when I do like get dressed up, like I do like wearing, like I would say I'm a minimalist. I'm not someone who wears very flashy things. So like blacks, grays, like I'm very monochrome, I think, in my style. like little pops of color here and there. I like reds, like burgundy, olive, like that kind of thing. I like older kinds of clothes, like things from maybe like the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, like color block. I like that. I love boots, sneakers. I don't really know if I can describe my style in a word. I mean, it's just like, it depends on the day, depends on what I'm, like the occasion, my mood. Yeah. Can you cook? If so, what is your favorite thing to make? Yes, I can cook. My favorite thing to make, I would say probably risotto. Here lately I've been like obsessed with risotto. It's so flavorful, and like you can make it and add it to anything and it just tastes amazing. I usually make it with like roasted vegetables. I love making mac and cheese. I like baking. I like breakfast food. I love cooking. One of my favorite things to do. College basketball and track and field. And so my this may lose me subscribers, and it's fine. My favorite college basketball team is Duke. Duke Blue Devils. So there's that. If you live in North Carolina, you're either like a Duke fan or a Carolina fan. You have like a small like percentage of NC State, but usually it's either Duke or Carolina. So yes, I'm a Duke fan. In fact, this hoodie, part of the reason I bought it is because it looks like Duke blue. So yeah. But yeah, I also like watching track and field. Like I said, I ran track in high school, so I'm a huge track fan. I don't really have a favorite. Like usually with track, it's more so like the athletes that it's not really the team, it's more so the athletes themselves. Since 2020, sports took a backseat a bit. I haven't gotten to watch track and field in a while. I actually was going to go to Eugene, Oregon in 2020 to volunteer at the track and field Olympic trials. But of course they were postponed, so they're gonna be this June. My hope is to go. Would love to vlog it so you can see what's happening. And while I'm there, I wanna try to go to Beaverton, which is where Nike headquarters are, and just kind of explore Pacific Northwest, because I think it's a beautiful area and I've always wanted to go. I've been to 3. I've been to Japan, I've been to New Zealand, and I've been to Australia. And I would go back in a heartbeat to any one of them. They were all phenomenal. Beautiful landscape, and the people were super nice. I would say I'm very curious. Like I love researching about anything. I'm very inquisitive. Introspective. I'm very thoughtful and intentional about like what I say and like my actions and how they affect people or whatever. So I'm very introspective, and I would say that I'm generous. If you're someone I really care about, like I'll do, like it's nothing for me to do something for you. Yes. There are a lot of veterans in my family. So like active duty, not as many. My parents are both Army veterans. I had lots of cousins who were in the Army. Most of my family was in the Army. Okay, so the last 6 questions are like either or. Monopoly, Nike all the way. I don't really drink soda that much, so if I had to choose, I'd probably say Coke. Summer, it depends. Texting if you're someone that I don't talk to that much or I'm not that close with, and phone calls if you're someone I really want to talk to. Vanilla. I do not like chocolate. Okay, this was fun. I feel like they felt like way more than 21 questions. But I hope that you learned a little bit about me, got to know a little bit about what this channel is going to be about. And I'm super excited to get started into YouTube again. I really want to commit and be more dedicated to YouTube, because I feel as though it's a great way to express yourself, and talk about the things you enjoy in a community with other people who also enjoy those things. And just a cool way to get yourself out there in a positive light. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to continue to see more. If you want to get into the What's Good Wednesdays, we'll start those next week. With that being said, I'm Kiki, and I hope you all stay positive, stay safe, stay happy, and stay healthy. Bye.